G'day guys, Matt here. So I'm out here at Cliffhanger 4 drive event, and I'm actually having a crack in the Super Tourer class, which is the entry-level class, for the first time. Like, I've never actually, well, I navied, but I've never come out here with my own race car. And this is it. I am rather proud of it. And so far, here we are at day 4, I think it is, 5. Actually, I'm losing track. And we're still running. But this far in, we've had a number of electrical gremlins that have plagued us, where the car will just stall randomly, which is very frustrating when you're mid-corner on the power dialer numbers and it dies and you start to have problems. So that's been very frustrating. We think we've got to the bottom of it, because today it's been going very well. And then we blew a front diff, which sucks. So I just want to say to Nitro gears, I need to put them in this, because I've been running Nitro gears in my Toyota Bandera, as many of you know. I talk about that regularly. 5:9 ratios in the Bandera, front and rear, never blown one of those. My 105's got a Nitro gear set in the front, and my 80 series, the COVID 80, as many of you know, has got Nitro gears front and rear, and I've never blown one of those. So I think we need to get them in this.
Tell us about what's powering this beast here.
So this motor is a very, very extreme motor. It's got extremely high kilometers on it at 430,000 Ks. It's got an extremely good fuel usage number at about 60 litres per 100, and it goes extremely slow, and it doesn't have an extreme amount of power, because it's the 1FZ FE stock Toyota motor. But what I focused on in building this race car was make it light and get suspension in it. So I think overall we're actually doing quite well. But to be honest, the way Hobbsy plays this game, you do not know where you are in the running at any given time.
Have you learned a lot this time out at Cliffhanger, and have you got any plans for next time around, or is there going to be a next time?
Oh, yeah, there's absolutely going to be a next time. I'm actually going to build the car a little bit further so it complies to Class 8, and I can race some of the Ultra 4 series. That's another fun event similar to this. I'll definitely be racing Cliffhanger again. This is an absolute cracking event. It's really, really good. But yeah, I think for me, I just love the skills that you get to use. There's so many different dynamics going on. You've got to use your rally driving skills. That's what's going on in the background here right now. Is cars are full noise down big straights, big drifting turns. It's great fun. Then the next thing, you're in a creek bed in first low, barely above idle, crawling through rock lines. Next thing, you're on an end of a winch rope, doing vertical climbs. Yesterday for us was we got taken to school, and we got schooled in winching. I thought I knew how to winch, but these winch truck guys, boy, they're
next level, aren't they?
Another level.
A lot of the winch truck class guys have busted a lot of winches. They're really, really putting them through their paces. What sort of winch do you have on this?
So this is it's a winch gear winch, which is by Roadrunner Off-Road. These guys here.
Yep.
So they're one of my sponsors, great bunch of guys down here. So Winch Gear is one of their brands, and it's basically, this is about a 30-year-old winch. It's
oh wow,
8274 high mount, but it's been built to a, let's say, an entry-level standard. So it's got a 6.5 horsepower motor on there, running on 24 volts. We've got an upgraded brake. We've removed the free spool lever, so it's an air spool operation. We've extended the winch drum, so we've got 50 meters of rope on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's built, and you know, and it's been absolutely great for us. It pulls this car up everything without concern. This is one of the things we've been learning about, is the whole don't winch too hard, because you could be winching yourself into a rock face till something breaks. That's
right.
How powerful it is. So I'm learning a lot on that. And then the other company that's been really, really supportive to me is these guys here, Factor 55. They pretty much make some of the best winch gear accessories on the market, and so
pretty
that's
flash bit of gear.
Yeah, that's their Ultra Hook. It's a great piece of kit.
So how did Mad Matt Racing come about?
Look, I got a mate of mine, Dave Evans from Black Bull Racing. He invited me to navvy for him at the last Cliffhanger event. And it's one of those events I'd heard about for years, but I'd never actually really bothered coming and being part of. Well, I came out here and I just fell in love with the whole challenge. You've got so many elements going on. You're GPS one moment, you're winching the next, you're rally driving the next, you're mechanic in the next. It's intense and it's not for the faint-hearted. I've been in this suit for a week now. It's sweaty, it stinks, but it's challenging. And I think that's just like me proving to myself, what can I do? What can I achieve? So that's all going on. And basically there's a saying in the racing circuit that you bend it, you own it. So Dave got injured on the second day of racing. So we swapped roles and I drove and I binned this car twice. It was a very different vehicle at that time. It was full body 80 series. It was built completely different, but I bent the diff and I busted up the front end. And Dave's like, and I said to Dave after the event, I'm like, how much to buy the car as is? He named a price, I agreed. So I bought it and I've turned it into what you see in front of you here today. I've never raced or owned a race car before, but I'm out here having a go. I've absolutely loved the challenge of thinking up a dream and creating that dream and then racing that dream. And this is what I dreamed, and you might like it, you might hate it. I don't care, because I love it. I think it looks superb. And I'm in the fortunate position where there's plenty of people who want to support what I do. So, you know, big shout out to the guys at All 4x4 Spares, Wyong Automatics, these guys here, Factor 55, Roadrunner Off-Road, Maxxis Terrain Tamer, Oricom, Raptor Lighting. These guys have come on board as big sponsors and made this possible. They've shared the dream with me, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And these guys as well, they've just, you know, in many different ways, they've just helped out and, you know, just gone, well, Matt, we'll do this. And, you know, people do what they can do at the level they can do. At the end of the day, I just want to inspire people. My big heart for this is, aside from coming out here and having a race, I want people to be inspired to come out here in the bush, and instead of going out into a state forest or a national park and cutting hoops and being an idiot, come out here and do it. And you'll have so much more fun. I'm about to get out here on a rally track and race for 20 minutes at full noise like an absolute moron and have the time of my life. You know, that's far better to do it at the right place and the right time than out there in the national parks and places where we get the places shut down. So I want to inspire people, get out here and have a crack. You can do it. I know how much money people put into accessorising their four drives and that. You can afford to do this. And I just want to see people come out here and have a crack at this sort of stuff.
What do you do when you're not racing four-wheel drive winch trucks off-road?
I drive my Toyota Bandera, a little short wheelbase, out and make YouTube videos for my YouTube channel or my 105 Series Land Cruiser. You know, I'm just all about helping the four-wheel drive community wheel well, as I say. Get out there and do it in a good way. And I don't know everything, but I know a little bit, and I want to share that with you and just help you guys do something better than maybe you can do it at the moment. And like I say, I don't know it all at all, but many people are learning from the little bit I do know, so I just want to share it. And
how do we find you when we want to learn about four-wheel drive?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You just hit MadMat4WD and there I'll be, and I will annoy you for the rest of your life. We'll both enjoy that.
Oh, excellent. Well, thanks very much for the chat, and we hope to hook you up with some Nitro gear soon and get a Nitro gear sticker on the side of the cruiser and all of your other cars.
That would be awesome.
And if you come and see me back at camp, I've got a whole bunch of stickers for the cars that already do run Nitro gears.
Okay, let's talk about it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much.
Catch you later.